It's me, What?
How's it going, boys and girls and everything in between? You are here for another Overwatch varsity match in NACE. Today we have a matchup of North Carolina versus Shawnee State University. Um, so we have returning players, Basilisk, Happy, Dot Bets, Fox, Schmitty for our team. 3 Masters and 2 Diamonds. And the enemy team is actually also 3 Masters and 2 Diamonds, featuring Dread, Max, Tunnel Killer, Banana Redacted, and Budgie. And I'm pretty excited for this, honestly, because I usually watch Academy, and Academy is a good portion under the skill level that our varsity team is. So I'm looking for a lot of like clear and concise plays. Very, very. There's a word I can't quite find right now, but proper plays. Proper plays moving forward. Everything's called out. Everything's in orderly fashion. I want to see everyone listening, right? Because a lot of comms go down, especially when people are losing, in fact, or whenever someone's even feeling just off that day. So number one thing I want to see, or at least hear maybe, even from in this room, I want to hear plenty of comms from Shawnee. Keep everything working like the engine. For the enemy team, I also wish them the best, but maybe I want Shawnee to do a little better. It might just be bias. Might just be might be bias in my tag there too. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like Shawnee State University, and I want the Bears to take home another win. But I am very, very interested to see how they've improved from last year, to be honest, because I believe we have the same lineup of players from last semester, at least, because I haven't been here in about a year, as I've covered on a couple other streams I've been on for here. I haven't really been able to see their gameplay as much. I watched over their shoulders a little bit I believe, previous game, but they were playing what, top 500s? Ooh, it's a pretty strong team. Maybe a pro team, if I may say so. So I expected them to give it a good fight at least, and they did. To be fair, there's only so much you could do when each player on the enemy team is a bit above your caliber, right? But hey, amazing job to those people. They put in the work, and I mean, it shows. If you're a top 500 player, you've put in all that time. Shawnee State University can do it as well. Just put in more time, maximize your practice, maximize the efficiency of your games, analyze, bot review, take all the steps. You're getting there. And I believe we are actually going over comps because there's a couple new comps, I believe. I've actually heard of some new, at least I didn't know the terms for them. Things like catch. I've never heard of catch before. And my boy, Civis, explained that to me. And that was really interesting. It went something along the lines of you have an opponent and you just want to trap them. It's characters with abilities that have like CC. So like Junkrat, his trap, Cass's grenade, I guess technically, things that hinder, right? Hinder the opponent, crowd control them, anything like that. That's the first time I've ever heard of that having a name, which was catch. And then there's rush, there's brawl, there's dive. So I've expanded my vocabulary just hanging around the Overwatch team in general. So that's pretty useful for commentary, I figure, anyways, since I'm going to need it. But I do want to see how Shawnee, especially the Masters are going to be the main people to focus on in these matches, because the Masters are the ones with obviously a little bit more skill and experience in the game. And the biggest thing that those masters want to do is they want to absolutely stretch that lead. I want to see how they can overcome the diamond players. And to be fair, the diamond players aren't too far away from masters as far as I remember on our team. So it's just how can they actually push their skills as a master to where the other masters have more of a difficulty, right? Because if we have a full team of masters, then it's, yeah, everyone's the same skill level who has the best strategy, right? But if we have 3 masters, 2 diamonds, 2 diamonds, then what diamonds are going to step up? What masters are going to perfect their gameplay and make that threat of the masters to the diamond players much less potent, right? That is definitely something I want to see, especially coming from someone who is, in other games at least, I'm about top 5%, something like that. If I play with anyone who's worse than me or better, on the worst side, I at least want to see what can I do in Rocket League, because that's the game I am the best at. I want to see how can I push this lead? How can I provide offense? How can I spill this ball out to my team? How can I make it so they don't have to put in quite as much effort to get the results they want, right? Because at the end of the day, a team game is what can I do? What is my job as your teammate to make your job easier? Because then if you go in a circle and you're making everyone's job easier, you have this really well running machine that is a team that can just pummel your opponents. And that's what I work on in Rocket League. I'm working on the perfect offense. So for Overwatch, learn your callouts, learn your positioning, learn, and not even callouts, learn your situations. Learn your situations to where you can see some sort of small discrepancy and be able to absolutely take advantage of that situation at hand. And Shawnee will do so very soon. All right, we have, okay, we have a Orisa comp here. Is this Rush, I believe? I don't think this is dive, right? Oh, that's kind of dive. I think it's kind of Rush. Sorry, excuse me to anyone who is like, this guy's an idiot. This isn't Rush. Get him off comms, because I only know so much. I play a few games, and when you play a few too many, you gotta put in a lot of time to learn all of that knowledge. But Shawnee will be second on point here, trying to push their way in. Both comps very familiar, just having the cast and Genji difference for DPS. Shawnee is going to try to poke its way through. And getting a lot of damage on this Orisa already. I have to pump some healing into them. And yeah, while those healers are pumping healing into that tank, the DPS as well can start looking at their priority targets. He's going over the wall there, but they won't get the kill on him. But making sure to shut him down. Whoever caps his point first may have this for a long time, because this looks like a very sustained fight from both Shawnee and North Carolina. Both teams just going slightly under 50% health at times. Never faltering. Smitty is a little bit low, and Tank low on point. That'll be the first kill is Happy. And North Carolina will clean up the rest of the Shawnee State crew to take the point first. Yeah, see, even that little bit of time that Schmitty wasn't able to provide that offense because he was low, that can provide to the tank. That can immediately translate to the tank's pressure that they're receiving. Happy receiving a lot of damage once all eyes are on him. Once they're less focused on receiving damage and more focused on throwing out damage. Shawnee will take their same approach here in this second fight, but they do have a few ults to work with. High Noon on point, trying to getting two. I believe was a bump. No killer, getting two with High Noon. You barely see one, to be honest. You see it as a reload. Quite a play. Just catching Shawnee State off guard. Shawnee State will take a different approach this time, seeing that running it down middle doesn't quite work out as well. And Brig covering the DPS there on that rotation. Shawnee gonna take it from the high ground here. Hearing callouts here in the background too. They're much more serious about this next fight upcoming because this will be the first point. But they do receive a trade. That is a support gone. Both supports gone. Now only tank and DPS on point. And getting slowly shoved out. Shawnee couldn't do much with their ults there. But there is Midi with a blade perhaps ready to use. Gets one dash in, but doesn't get much else. This kind of shut off point from that cast. Shawnee trying to push their way in, but this time Schmitty's gone, missing a DPS. And Fox gets trapped in the room and can't quite escape. Another pick on Shawnee State. Now Schmitty is switching to faster characters to just get on point, cause some sort of mayhem. But Shawnee State does actually cap that. Wait, I did not see that. Ooh, a good javelin to the wall, but not enough Shawnee members to capitalize on that. Ooh, good tracking for Basilisk, but no recall, so they will also die as well. Everyone from Shawnee just trying to stretch this touch here. Ooh, but Happy just getting melted. Even with all the defense you have with Doom, only so much you can. Ooh! Killer also finding the head of Basilisk, shutting that game down. Quite a first game from North Carolina, shutting down a lot of opportunities Shawnee had, even without ults. With that one High Noon even, that secured 20%, 30%. That's very, very crazy to think about. And that's an ult that doesn't have the craziest utility right now or for most of Overwatch's history. But Shawnee will definitely need to take a different approach here. Switching to cast themselves. I do like this Ramatra pick. I see that this is, I believe, Brawl. This is Brawl. Yes. With the... Yeah, okay. See, I know a little thing or two. I've seen too.
We are
No, yeah, gonna approach this Shawnee. A little speed ring. Trying to mix up their momentum. But Alga actually dives the backline and gets one pick on Basilisk. Shawnee really, really needs to punish that. They do get themselves a DPS as well. Trading passes there. Ooh, making one drop in the middle of the ring too, so I believe Shawnee can take a hold of this point if they play this part properly. 3 Shawnee players on point, pushing out that Genji, and going to actually take the point first this time. Gonna need to shut down all of those approaches with Ramatra here. Know when exactly. Ooh, taking a lot of damage, but see, able to pull out that block, but still doesn't have enough healing. Just getting absolutely pushed by that Mauga and all the DPS. Not able to do much. Oh, and they get one staggered pick there on dot bets. I will take themselves a 31% from that though, and I don't believe used any ults there. A little Bastion pick, perhaps to shred this Mauga, I believe. do understand Malga can be that issue if he can just dive into your backline and slam a couple of your members, but that's also what we have this Orisa for. This Orisa will provide some defense and offense, getting one pick onto the Moira, trying to extend this. Gets a good amount of damage on the Genji. Many DPS very low here. I believe .bets should have chosen a different target there, instead choosing to shoot at Dread. But Shawnee State will get pushed off this point again, and it looked like it was theirs. It's just that tiny bit of damage that they could not provide to get those 2 picks on the DPS. Shawnee's members will be responding right now and ready to take another fight, this time with an ult, and 2 upcoming soon. North Carolina themselves, though, have some ults to play with. We'll see who pops one first. I believe just whoever ends up wanting to take this fight first, or whoever ends up being the lower opponent health-wise. But North Carolina playing very patiently around this corner, using Cage, but they'll counter that Cage with Orisa ult, but just dies before they slam it down. Fox trying to collect this point, but it'll be futile. And North Carolina takes the first game. Yeah, and I wasn't specified who was the Masters or Diamonds on North Carolina, but I'd say it might be the DPS and the tank. Yeah, see, I didn't expect that. Just, I believe, caught the deflect running out. Schmitty not being able to run into that box before he ended up taking that ult to the face. Shawnee had quite a bit of trouble in that first game. I don't believe comms are very much the issue. I believe just some of the picks didn't plan out, because they did get the lead in players a couple times, and then an ult would pop, and that is acceptable from the enemy team to pop an ult, so they can keep that point for longer. But when that ult also generates a kill or 2, that's where you have an issue, because now you might need to pop an ult with 3 players, and that's when you either leave the point or you take this point, and this is another fight you're going to have to take. And either way, the clock's still ticking, and the enemy team, whoever has gathered that point first, are going to gather quite a bit of objective time. You need to take, I wouldn't even say more reserved approach. I feel like the approaches have been proper. I feel like some of the picks haven't been, however. Mayhaps a little tiny bit of positioning, but only one game. As stated before, 3 Masters and 2 Diamonds. This game is as even as they get, to be fair. The roles can make a big difference. I can't agree with that. I feel 2 Masters DPS and a Masters tank can make a bit of a difference compared to perhaps 1 Masters DPS, 2 Masters supports. I believe that's quite a bit better of a lineup to be running. But we got to see Shawnee crack the code here. Because I don't even blame Schmitty on a couple of those approaches. I feel like he just got shut out. That's it. There we go. Let me set this up a little bit. There we go. I forget this has the little turn thingy. It's sick. I do not. Do you know? Dread is Masters. Master 1. Oh, okay. Tunnel Killer's Master. Oh, I see. Yeah, definitely Masters 1. That's very close to GM. That's a very good player to have on your team. Regardless of role, I figure. And our team, I believe, having mid-masters. Okay. So not too terribly far in skill, I feel, except that Masters 1. That could provide a little bit of an issue. Purely because eventually when you start getting to higher ranks, that one rank actually makes a huge difference. You know, it's that one division, right? A great example is, well, any game to be honest, but if I could compare it to my own experience, Rocket League, Champ, not even Champ, probably GC2 Division 1 compared to Division 3, it's a huge difference. You've learned so many skills and you've perfected those skills and you've crafted them and honed them for however many hours, however many games it took you to get to that rank anyways. And that makes a huge difference, to be honest, between Division 5 and Division 1. Because Division 5 is, you're fairly new there even, or you might not be new, but they're trying to perfect your gameplay so you can keep moving up in those divisions. If you're sitting and you're against someone who's Master 1, they have quite a bit of experience in Masters. They could even have peaked GEM, right? Purely because they're able to reach almost that higher pinnacle of play. I believe the highest rank in this game is Champ, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Grandmaster? Okay. Oh, so is Champ above Grandmaster? Does Champ exist? I thought there was something like that, like Champion or something. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't cast a game in a little while, as I stated. Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, I was making sure that was real. That's good. I think one more rank is actually, yeah, pretty good to separate all the ranks. I feel like we really need to start filling out MMR wise. I feel like MMR might need a little change, or what is it? It's not MMR. It's SR. There we go. SR. Yes, I believe SR might need a little bit of a change because I have seen some issues people are having in Plat, Diamond, Gold, stuff like that. There's some interesting players outside of just smurfing. I believe there's some very, very interesting players in certain ranks that probably deserve to be separated a little bit. And Rocket League has done that very well actually with Supersonic Legend. Supersonic Legend is not very easy to obtain, and once you reach Supersonic Legend, 2,000 MMR, solid player. 2,200 MMR, however, you're around a pro. You're very much around a pro, bubble player, things around there, because that's where most pros and bubble players sit. So that is a very, very good separation for you to hop on ranked and have a challenge. So you don't have to play scrims every day or, you know, assign those scrims or even find them. I believe that's very, very important for a game's competitive integrity, especially one of Overwatch, because Overwatch is a very competitive game. Just flat out. It's nature. It's very, very competitive. It's team fighting. So I'd expect a lot of work to be done in SR, in ranks, in comp building to be proper so all players can have fun, because people still have plenty of fun in comp. It comes from winning. It comes from having that experience, having a challenge, right? And if every one of your games are steamroll or get steamrolled, not too fun. But however, in the competitive NACE league, it's a lot closer. It's a lot closer. And we'll see if Shawnee can show how close this match should be to take this second game here.
Another day, another mission.
Ooh, okay, I see it. Yeah, always had to get that one cheeky widow shot. I love it. I love it. Yes, especially if you're able to get a pick on main support, right?
Anything unusual? Dangerous? No, never.
Hey, there's an Ash. They definitely have locked eyes. But not through love, through malice. Because they're ready to get this first pick. Oh, okay. Juking him out a little bit. Then the mix-up, I believe, get them looking up there for a little bit, maybe. get the Ashe focused on someone else other than Widow. Now, Shawnee immediately taking Cave here and rotating around the team very fast, actually. If they're able to pull off a pick here, that was a very smooth rotation and not the best positioning from North Carolina here. Shawnee is going to need some damaging picks here soon. Everyone taking a lot of damage. Shawnee almost getting one tick there, but it's just shut out by North Carolina. But they will rotate up high ground here. Maybe get themselves a little bit more positioning. Oh, and Basilisk will take the first pick onto Tracer as well. And getting the tank off point. This is looking much more comfortable for Shawnee here. But they're gonna. This is one of the most like conserved fights I've ever seen on this map. Oh, but Basilisk barely gets out alive, but that pulse bomb will take out the support line of Shawnee State. And North Carolina will actually defend that with no tick taken. Shawnee will be up soon with a couple ults here compared to North Carolina's one ult that is not up yet quite. And Beat can be offensive here, especially if they want to rush this point and get it as soon as possible. But they may want a little pick beforehand. Playing this slow. Up high ground, a dynamite to cause some mayhem, but Schmitty will take the first kill. Dot Bets uses Cole there to push up, take a little bit of the point, but it doesn't get a crazy amount of value. Here comes Rally and B. See, and this is that offense we were speaking about. Once you get that beat, you just saw Smitty just running after that DPS. Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe using Bomb there just to get her health back. I do respect it, but it might have been in a bad spot there. Because they don't quite get any picks or anything. Ooh, and Shawnee State will take that point with at least a minute or two to spare there. No Wraith from Basilisk here. Hopefully he can get out safely. Shawnee will just sit at this little corner here because their Basilisk can just hold that high ground, see if anyone's coming up, and they can get this free push all the way to at least the edge here of the turn. He misses that. Ooh, but Bets actually gets taken out by Hamilton in the back there. And Basilisk fairly low as well. Running into the cave there, and actually still getting picked off. Shawnee tries to throw down Blizzard to trade, but ends up actually losing 2 more members. Ooh, and maybe their tank. Receiving a lot of heavy fire here. Oh, a little wall, but not quite blocking the entire entrance. Sleep. Oh, and an anti, but Death Blossom will get a pick onto the Tracer. Let's see if Shawnee can keep pushing this. Suffer as I have. Suffer they will. Getting 1 kill onto the deep support there. And probably taking out this tank, I believe. Unless they get out safely. Surely not, no. What a very eccentric ult there from North Carolina, wasting not necessarily a super valuable ult, but an ult nonetheless. And I believe Shawnee will push this to the second point here with that mistake. Yeah, see, I love this positioning from Basilisk. Just able to cover all of these high grounds whenever there's a flank approach from any enemy teammate. Killer getting some good shots onto the supports in the back line here, though, shutting the supports away from their team. But Shawnee still took advantage of that. Jeez, what the? Losing one of their supports pretty much because they're just shut off with that cast shutting them down the back line. But oh, Shawnee says I'll take 4 more kills. It's still pushing this cart with 2 minutes to remain. Shawnee, yeah, a little bit low there. Basilisk gets taken out by Tunnel Killer. And a couple more of Shawnee will fall. This is where you bail. Oh, almost, ooh, wow. Almost an amazing pick from North Carolina, getting that javelin. I don't know if robots are allowed in the Olympics, but Risa got that arm. Shawnee will now go right here. Perhaps to get a bit of damage here and push some of the enemies away. Another ult, and it doesn't catch anyone. And I believe, yeah, the tank will fall. All 4 on cart here for Shawnee. Everyone pushing, making sure this cart gets exactly where it needs to go. At all times. Always 1 on cart. That's what we'd like to see. Now Moira pushing with the rest of the team here. Happy actually walled off. We'll get D-Mech there, but probably will get out safe here. Or at least get Mech back. Oh, and Shawnee will actually take another kill there, but they'll trade with Ramatra's fist. But both DPS down for North Carolina, actually. Shawnee might be able to be a little bit more aggressive here. Up 1 DPS. But Committee is pretty low, so they can't really push the narrative too far here. But there is a couple ults here for Shawnee. A couple more than North Carolina State. It's just how fast can they push this? This might be a last-second push here. Perhaps a pop all ults at the last second possible. Maybe we'll actually take the role of a tank, get aggressive, take 1 kill there. But yeah, popping all ults is Shawnee here. They still have Death Blossom, but that's just because Basilisk get picked early. Wait, Shawnee doesn't get to cap this. North Carolina actually defends that. If I'm Shawnee, I'm not too worried, but I'm going to be a little worried. How can we take these fights and stretch them out as long as possible? Because you want to force out ults here. If the enemy team just gets picked and keeps pushing this cart past you, you're going to get a little frustrated. Especially on the windy map, King's Row can feel like. Although you do get quite a few free pushes. Like that first little stretch there, reaching first turn. King's Row feels like you get quite a bit of buffer room. Preparing their comp here. All players ready to get in position and hold that position hopefully for a couple minutes, at least for the first point here. Also seeing that Widow, yeah, pinging that Widow as well. I see where you can barely see your head poke out. I guess the Widow pick is good because usually, yeah, there's a DPS right there sitting on that little tower, but if they're ready for it, then they're just not going to get picked. Yeah, see, Widow drops low and Shawnee's fine. Any sort of trouble. Yeah, both DPS actually playing farther back here, and Basilisk will get a very good shot on the Tunnel Killer, take the first kill. And Monkey's in a lot of trouble here as well, forcing him to back off. And yeah, you're up a sniper. You're up a sniper, which is huge because that means you're going to have free reign until a Tracer reaches you. those picks on this Widow is going to be huge. Very, very huge for Shawnee. Up an entire hit scan with the damage capabilities. And up getting one more kill on Tunnel Killer. 2. Okay. Basilisk trying to frag out here, hitting only headshots. We try to get a little spawn door kill, but doesn't quite get it. Gonna rotate a little bit behind. Just keep this objective. Yeah, see. And what's interesting is North Carolina just held the point through their rotation and positioning, but if Basilisk just keeps getting these picks on Tunnel Killer, they don't even need to do that. All they need to do is just play proper. If you pick the DPS every fight, you gotta move in with a tank and some supports, and you're not going to be able to output enough damage. Here comes another fight. Let's see who gets the pick in this Widow duel here. Also searching for anybody. Make sure to cover that dome, not to get picked off too early. Taking the Ana out of sightlines for a couple people, but both teams will trade a couple players here. Shawnee will be up one at least. And I believe, yeah, that's another successful defense. Ooh, hearing Ana in actually. Let's see if the support can. Oh, doesn't actually see Ana. Just barely gets out there. Happy's demech'd here. And gets her mech back. That is very important though. And we get the copy onto Winston. Cause some mayhem here. Doesn't get that little bit of that electric damage. He's gonna have to live, but it actually gets picked off by the support. But they will keep trading. Ooh, but Primal will take out the rest of Shawnee's players. And that's a good hold. That's a very good hold from Shawnee. That's exactly what I want. Oh, well, if you're Shawnee, though, you want to shut that down on that first point. But I feel like that is more than enough here, with only giving them 3 minutes here to push this cart to the second objective. Shawnee, especially with this very, very dive comp, besides Widow, going to have to should know when they can get in or stay out. Yeah, look, both Matrix is putting in work there. Shawnee member actually slept there and not DMing that, I believe, because wanted to push the enemies off, but it ends up being a negative thing as Shawnee will lose a member. But mayhaps they will get one more kill here at least through Maxu here.
No one can hide.
Taking the Widow, but doesn't get to push him back far enough. But that laser will finish her off there. At being able to put in quite a bit of DPS if you're below half health. Yeah, I feel like Happy playing these tank fights a little bit better, and now Shawnee will get more aggressive. Actually, wait, Happy not receiving the beat there, very surprising, considering his range. That was very surprising. I did not expect Happy to not get that beat there, but that doesn't make too much of a change, it seems, because they will still hold the point here. But 2 ults now on North Carolina's side, as well as Shawnee's. See who can get this pick first. Pick off that pesky Tracer. No one likes a fly, let alone in their soup or on their point. So maybe we'll get the kill on Tunnel Killer there. I mean, oh wait, Dread with 2 kills actually. Oh, that bomb just potent enough where Dot Bets could not finish the kill. That's tough. Shawnee will get pushed back a bit further. Now 1 minute on the clock for North Carolina pushed this to the second point. I don't know if, I think Shawnee has one more fight here at least. See when they're going to push this. Getting bumped off a bit and breaded, absolutely. But still actually alive there is Happy. Oh, now demeched. Really trying to take some of the pressure off the team and dive some of the back line. So is Basilisk, but both teams just chipping each other out slowly. Bets gets one with the Coalescence, but it won't do much else. But yeah, North Carolina very, very adamant pushing this to the last point here, and they will do so. With 1 minute and 45 seconds. And this is, I believe, around the same time Shawnee got to the second point too, so this isn't looking too bad. Ooh, almost getting a kill on Tunnel Killer, but just a couple HP. And that'll give North Carolina a little bit more space to push this cart here. Nice got to be really, really careful about their approaches here. Especially as Tunnel Killer has this high ground. Being able to be much more aggressive and annoying. And Midi will get safely to spawn. Almost dying there. Safe enough. Ooh, a little bit of a fight here. Scramble coming out, but Beat will save the life of Happy, but not of Schmitty. Schmitty still gets killed there. But that is another successful defense, even with some lives lost. And North Carolina could have 2 fights if they take it right now, but realistically, we're looking at one long fight with only one ult. Ooh, but gets a pick on Fox. A hand on Basilisk. Shawnee stay dropping like flies a little bit here. Very low. And now you have Happy all by his lonesome here. Trying to protect this point. However, they do have a ball, so this isn't too much of an issue. Holding this cart for a minute. Oh yeah. Good block. Being able to stall quite a bit of time here, but a lot of Shawnee members just drop there and they'll end up actually capping the point. And UNCG wins one more round, bringing this to the first match point of this series. And maybe the last, but if you're a Shawnee fan, you're not thinking that. You're thinking reverse sweep. And, well, yeah, you better stay hopeful like that. I mean, I just see, yeah, honestly, it's very close. It's very close, but the smallest little edge of the tank and the Masters, what was it, DPS, the 2 Masters DPSs? Yeah, that Master 1 DPS, see the work he's putting in. But oh, actually, I believe it was the Master's support. Right? Max. There we go, man. Yeah, Max also putting in quite a bit of work there. And as I stated before, this is going to be a fight of the Masters. Who's going to steamroll? Who's going to push that title / that level of skill past its threshold? You're going to have to play like a GM. You're going to have to play like a GM to make up this difference here in these games. It's just the slightest difference, but UNCG looking like they have a tiny bit more comfortability in these matches. I really want to see, because I mean, Basilisk came alive in that match. How many picks they got so early on that Widow? That was very, very crucial in keeping that point until 1 minute 30. By the way, that's a good chunk of time that was just lost to all those headshots, all those picks on the enemy Widowmaker. I want to see, and I feel like Happy is doing just enough, to keep this afloat in his realm of fighting as the tank against the other tank and against the other team. I just want to see the whole team come a little bit more alive. And any players that are feeling uncomfortable right now, Almost became Irish there for a minute. What the? But I want to see them receive a lot of attention and positive reinforcement from the team. If I'm them right now and I'm down 2 games, I mean, no sweat. It's a little contradictory if you're down 2 games, but you want to say anything. You want to say anything to make them feel calm, cool, relaxed, more comfortable. Game point is tough. Game point is tough when you're game 5. It's the toughest when you're game 5. It's tough when you're game 4. It's tough when you're game 3. It's especially tough when you're game 3 because this is makes or breaks the rest of the match. No matter what, game point is going to feel very, very good. And with this little bit of break time, I want to do anything to relax if I'm Shawnee. I want to keep all comms up. I want to perfect whatever strategy is going forward. If we see something's not working, we want to have that plan B. We want a plan B for our plan B. We want to have a plan C. You know, you want to be sure and ready every time you step foot on that field that you are ready to throw down. And Shawnee getting the boots on, and hopefully taking a long hike to a game 5 here. But I want to see a little bit more work from. I want to see maybe slight bit more positioning, maybe even comms. I'm not sure how comms are looking for dot bets, but I think I see a couple early picks. I know that picking supports is very, very crucial, vital, and competitive meta. You know, that's if you get a pick on a support, that helps. There's less healing. You know, if they're not playing self-sustained heroes, that makes a huge difference. And as we see these picks on dot bets and usually just a bit later Fox, you're losing healers. You're losing main healer. You're losing secondary healer. No matter what, they have utilities that greatly improve the speed, the strategy, and the healing of the team. If you have enough healing, you can walk up and make a cross, right? If you don't have enough healing, how are you supposed to push? Lucio being a very important factor, especially in this dive. You want that speed. You want that speed to catch the enemy team off guard. It's harder to track that speed. There's everything about speed boost is great, is amazing for any character that inhabits it or receives that buff. It's about how they use it, to be fair. And speed boost has been pretty popular. It's gotten a couple picks. It's gotten quite a few picks when Shawnee ran in, but it's also been the downfall a little bit when Shawnee take a little bit too much advantage of that speed boost and push a little too far. We'll see just how far they can push because we might be in for another 3 games. Don't look at my helmet hair. Ooh, what? Doesn't look too bad. I was originally like bald when I came here. I grew so much hair so quickly. I should sell wigs. People have been telling me that. Got the big, beautiful hair when it grows out. I think I could make a little buck or two. You know, get a couple of you baldies to look a little sweet. But Shawnee is in potentially their last game, but I'm not gonna say so. I'm a hoper. I'm a believer. You know, right before this match, I took 700 milligrams of hopium, so I am fresh on supply. And it doesn't seem like Shawnee. Oh yeah, Shawnee. Okay, Shawnee taking still a little bit of a brawl here now with the May and Reaper. Say you're tired without saying that. And I do like Moira. I didn't know Moira was so relevant or used as much as it is now as I've been seeing in these matches, because I actually play a little bit of Rush, and it's really good to see that. Yeah, Moira, and the team in general in these Rush in these brawls, they put in work, right? Basilisk taking half of his health there, trying to get that positioning. A little wall, a cheeky wall comes out though. Doesn't quite get a kill though, but will separate some of North Carolina from the rest of their team. And there's a couple low bodies back there. Let's see if the healing can hold up from Shawnee to push this fight. He's sitting on point here trying to cap it. And Tunnel Killer will actually take the first kill though. Dread very, very low. Oh, and there will go the kill, but they'll trade and they'll take one more. With only 2 supports alive right now, and they will bail. I forget how much quicker the timer goes up too on these flashpoints. Little teleport. Oh yeah, teleporting in with the bubble. Very good. Getting both him some damage and Zarya here some damage. A good wall too. Yeah, getting that first kill. This is huge. This is very huge for Shawnee. We want to see no kills. And Cass just holding that ult for a minute to perhaps keep players off point. Just bring up that flashpoint tick, but Shawnee will take it, and not too much time afterward. Yeah, and I assume they're not going to hold this door for super long. Seems like a little tough of an area for them to fight, especially as the enemy team is flanking behind them. Turn around, turn around! But we do have a coalescence here in case they push. I don't know how useful it'll be though, because this isn't the best area to do this in. And once again, the enemy team not catching too much. Also switch tanks. Yeah, switch tanks. Now they have a Flux instead of it started with an M. Bad with names. Oh, Max. Okay, yeah. Oh, so yeah, I was seeing the numbers as letters. I was like Ratatouille, but with an M. It's kind of interesting. I've just got clarification. Shawnee maybe trying to take, yeah, definitely being able to take one more fight here. Just how much can they push up here without Fox being taken out? They'll speed in 3-2. They'll speed now. Take themselves a little bit of the point here. A bunch of ults coming out, and Shawnee having quite a few more kills in those ults. Popping everything, but worth it if you want to grab this first point. The enemy team dropping ults too, so we're right back where we started. Square one, Shawnee being able to take one more fight with no ult here. So this is just going to be who outplays who. No cheeky ult shenanigans, just pure Overwatch gameplay here. This upcoming fight. Needing the touch now. They'll lose a DPS for that too. But that will cause... Oh, actually, Arisa getting the ult a little bit quicker than I expected. And now Basilisk closing on supports here. The rest of the team will collapse into this first point. Shawnee is try to head to this point first. I believe they're a little bit farther away than the enemy team. Oh no, actually closer. Yeah, very much closer. Being able to hold this point, see who comes on it. Because you get to take the grumpy old troll living under the bridge method. In this next point here. Any Dora fans out there, I respect you. Now they're gonna take a little fight in this room here. Might not be the best, but with these little holes to peek around, they're going to be able to put in quite a bit of work, especially with those walls, making an even tight liminal space there for Shawnee State. And 2 ults are already up for Shawnee State, being able to definitely defend and take a fight if they need to. And yeah, May will switch to her primary there just to get that unblockable damage. Or unreflectable damage. No hit scan. Yeah, Tunnel Killer will take a death there for popping the ult. I would respect it if it was for reloading, but standing there in that little hallway isn't quite the best idea. Especially when you have the rest of Shawnee coming to take you down. Shawnee will take that point very handily with no ults. With no ults used, by the way. I believe only Coalescence. Now Shawnee has 4 ults to work with. No matter what, if one ult doesn't work, you drop 2. And there comes the first Graviton Surge. Getting 2, getting 3. A good combo of ults there. Still keeping 2 ults too. Shawnee may have one more fight if they don't fight this one until they take this point here. And who feels the liberties of popping ults here to secure this next point, or this point right here. Actually, North Carolina coming up on 3 ults, so Shawnee will have to be a little bit more careful. Perhaps get the pick on the Genji. That'd be very huge to guarantee keeping the rest of the team safe. And Shawnee State will first pop. They will pop both ults now, getting 3 kills, and that will secure it. That will secure it for Shawnee. Getting the enemy team as well to drop both their Blade and their Rush. And yeah, it's amazing work. Shawnee playing hot, not too happy about those previous 2 games, and mayhaps showing them that switching tank might not have been too good of an idea, but we'll see how the results pan out here in this next point here. Especially with the speed they have to point. They will be reaching here first. Oh no, actually second. My eyes do deceive me. Shawnee will take high ground here. See how they can approach this. Show some free fires. And already it's rotating towards support point, almost getting a support or 2. The wall will come out from North Carolina though, and it will catch Smitty off guard. Then they'll collapse on Happy with an ult, but that is an ult used nonetheless. If I'm Shawnee, I'll be a little bit happy about that. Have to take maybe a little bit of a gentler approach, but never mind. Oh, Tunnel Killer already getting a pick on Smitty here. Shawnee's going to have to back, but they're going to take some losses in the midst of this. And a swap coming out from Dot. Oh no, it's definitely staying. Still has that ult to utilize. I believe it'd be a good idea to actually push in with this ult if they can get the enemies a little bit low. Ooh, Hamilton getting another pick on Fox. Yeah, see his support. It's going to be very useful. Basilisk taking a lot of damage and Smitty falling as well. Both DPS, that means away from the fight. And Happy will get collapsed on by quite a few of North Carolina's players. That'll be their first point, taken fairly successfully here. Carolina still has an ult to work with too, but Shawnee has almost 3 of their own. Shawnee definitely wanting to take this first cap here on this next flashpoint. I have to definitely charge up that Zarya bubble a little bit more, and a little safer and a little bit more passively. Perhaps get some more opportunities for Basilisk to get a pick or 2 on his teleport. Ooh, Reaper's playing pretty aggressive here. Doesn't have a bubble of his own, but is definitely enabled by his team to do so. Especially with this ult coming up. I always forget I'm allowed to talk about ults because they're like 5-minute delay. I'm like, ooh, am I snitching? Such an interesting thing. Oh, I thought that was actually Graviton. If that was a bait, you got me, bro. You got me. But here comes the Graviton. Getting 2. And Fox... What? I have never seen. I have never. And, but it said Smitty killed him. So did he throw up a wall? Wait, I. What the? We hear a couple giggles out there by Shawnee. I have never seen something like that. What is that? What is that? That is wild. I've never seen a kill marker from your own team. A little bit of friendly fire there, but we'll try to keep the fire in their gameplay. Hopefully keep Fox up, but he'll fall first. Hamilton collapses very quickly on the rest of Shawnee here. Schmitty, ooh, milking that tick though. You're telling me a Schmitty milked this point? Yeah, I am telling you. And Shawnee will bring upon a new tank here with Malga. Perhaps trying to really get in there and sustain this point. I know that Malga stomp hurts. I've seen the headshot marker for it. I'm like, what the? And yeah, look, getting real aggressive, especially with all that tankiness from both beat and from his abilities, but he'll actually fall first. Bets gets one, but it's not enough to remedy this point. Shawnee will have to take one more fight here, or one more flashpoint, I believe. Unless Bets has, you know, an owl level play by himself, which I don't believe is happening. Shawnee is going to have to play this very, very smart. This is potentially your last fight, or last point in general of your game here. Wait, this game. Say anything and everything. Commentary is a job that's it's tough, I think, with certain games. Ooh, getting a stomp in, crushing the head of the supports, and immediately just collapse. One ult used. Maybe Coalescence not even needing to be used with that just pure crushing energy that Malga came in with. And Shawnee will take the first cap here. On the last point. Yeah, if I'm Basilisk, I want to watch every entrance. I want to be aimed head, height, and up. And getting another pick on the tank. We're going to need all of these Mei walls to be top-notch, high caliber. So will the DPS be from Basilisk here. Basilisk making sure to know people are sneakily touching this point here. And Shawnee already has over half of the tick here for the point. And they still have an ult to use. Both teams with equal ults and almost equal ult percentages here. This may be the last fight. If Shawnee can pop these ults properly and see if Happy was still Zarya here. Oh, actually getting a pick on the support immediately. Collapse. And Dabet's still staying alive there. Very, very crucial, very important. And Shawnee will take their first game. And it was quite a fight. Now we need to see so much more energy though from Shawnee, because Dabet's actually with the play game here. Is this Coalescence? Yeah, the first Coalescence. Look at that. In that flux, just huge damage. Getting a couple of those kill steals, I believe. That's interesting, actually. Didn't actually get a single kill, but damage matters. Damage matters a whole lot. Unless you're getting Moira orbs, and yeah, you can drop 10k easy. But Bets does much more than that, as you can see in this first game that they've taken. Very appeased at the performance that Shawnee provided there, but we're going to need to see a lot more. We're going to need to see better performance, perhaps, if they make a switch here on North Carolina's side. Well, that is about all the time I have with you guys today. I will be switching out for another commentator here. Gonna go get ripped in the gym. Oh, I'll get that on camera. Ooh. But yeah, all about health in general, especially mental health. Take care.
Hey guys, so it's me, Rainbow Beats. If you remember me from past streams and past years, I'm on Overwatch Academy, so I've been pretty busy with that. We're getting into New Queen Street. It's looking like we're loading in right now. Everyone's picking stuff like that. Let's see how it goes. You can swap it over. Yeah. Yeah, that's the game. Woo! Alright, so, okay, Bassie is on Soldier now. Earlier, I saw that he was playing Reaper, which was some crazy Reaper gameplay. He was running their backline like a madman. Gotta love it. Smitty on Genji? Really? Did him and Bassie swap roles? What is happening? What is happening? Alright, we're still in the Malga pick. I don't know if we were expecting the Ramatra to still be on the other side, but, I mean, as long as we're killing them, as Happy is about shredded that Brig to actual death. She was literally one.
Our robot's in the lead.
So we're gonna try our best here to take some space. I don't know why their Ashe isn't playing on high ground, but she's a free meat here down here on ground level with our Malga. Vassy looks to be trying to move up in space. Obviously not getting too close. Fox is coming in for the heals, trying to heal up. I'm not even sure who was out on the other side of the door. I didn't really see. It was probably Genji in all honesty.
I'm on fire.
Well, Fox is taking out the leftovers, I guess, on his way back to his team.
The robot's pushing it the wrong way.
Good work, honestly. We seem to be holding our own against this team. And Shawnee is known for the reverse sweeping after all. So I'm hoping we can buckle up and sit through the next few games. I honestly think it's possible. Happy's really low. Hopefully here you can get over there. She was not able to get over. Alright, so technically we are still in the lead by 30 meters, which I would say is a big W.
Hey there. Stop their barricade.
We're playing really passive right now. We were waiting on our Malga to get back. Now that our Malga's back, we're gonna push up. Malga's trying to play on this high ground to match their high ground so they don't have the height advantage. Fox is just trying to stay with her team. Getting good heals off on Vassy and our Genji. We're trying to shred out Bob here because Bob is annoying. We did indeed shred out the Bob. Genji did not survive to make it back to his team. Malga also did not survive. It's okay, we have ults. We have ults for sure. We're gonna be coming. We're almost at 2, coming up on 3. I don't know when we're going to blade. I don't know if we're gonna blade with rush, but I know we could technically win the next fight with just rush. We wouldn't even need to blade theoretically. They have nothing on the other team quite yet. They're about to have Briggs ult though. We're going to rush and we're going to get extra speed with Juno Ring. Happy did indeed make the switch to Zarya. My guess is to put more pressure and, you know, shred down the Orisa. And now they're going to take some space. Genji's going to be a little annoying over there, try to poke at them. So the other team's going to try to come through our back line in the back through mid. Which is the proper way to get back faster. Happy's on point and the rest of his team is not on point. So I'm hoping we can get up there.
They took the robot from us.
Happy did indeed just die right there.
Outnumbered. Careful.
It's all lonely up in here. Too bad Dakota didn't pull up. Yeah. Casting alone is, I mean, it's possible, but it is not ideal. I just stepped in because James really needed to head out. Good old flop mode. As we're running the Ramatra, yes. So happy. I like how it's just counter watch and they swap every 5 seconds. Gosh, I can't say 5. I like stuttered at the beginning of the word.
The advantage is almost ours. Push started. Let's go. The battle
We're close to hopefully taking the lead here. It looks like there's no one currently on point, but that's because they were kind of trying to get out of the way. It's making so we have to kind of back up. We just bladed, which was we got the Cass out, and Cass does have noon. Whew. That was a little scary, not gonna lie. Oh, Happy's going to ult, and the Ramattra's blocking in attack form just to try to get out of it, but Happy's just going to he's just gonna shred him. Happy was low though, so he had to back up. Or he could have just kept running him. Bassy's trying to watch his butt. Trying to make sure that he's gonna come through that left side over there. Happy's kind of in a sticky situation here. Here he's gonna try to save him as much as he can. Juno's trying to get damage on the way out and trying to get a little bit of heals on the way out with rockets. But we were kind of pressured into backing up there. Their Tracer's kind of already had used her recall. I mean, we could probably run her. I think our goal is just to take out the Tracer right there, which we succeeded. So we're back to Mauga, and we're going to shred the Ramattra with the Mauga is the thinking, which Ram is one. Ram is now getting healed. This is a really close game. It's hard to watch. I didn't get to see the other 2 matches because I was also playing Overwatch, which our matches were very close. We rushed. I heard so many bros outside the door. I'm not really sure what's going on their end. I'm not really sure what that was about. I was gonna say, oh, I have a delay. I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. This is live viewing for me. The watchers out there do have a delay. The delay is on Twitch's side, not on us watching the game, guys. Sometimes I forget about that. I'm getting a little tired, a little whimsical and goofy. It's been a very long day. And we're back to shredding the Ramattra with Mauga. We do indeed have Cage, which I think that's what we're gonna maybe try to run it and do. Fury is here to keep the Mauga up, because the Mauga is but Juno Fury is definitely trying to keep them up. We're going to ring to back up. We're gonna have to back up. This one's pretty low. We lost our Juno. We're down to support. We have one more fight where Smitty's gonna back up. Let's get back to the team so they can all be grouped up. Good things, good Overwatch things. I'm thinking their plan here is to, you know, take this one last fight. Hopefully we can build rush in time. We're going to have touch. Thankfully they're still pushing. 2-1, we have touch Mauga. They just use Noon. Noon isn't that big of a deal. You just obviously don't get hit by it. But it is one less ult that they have. Our Mauga's down. We're going to have to touch. It's die on point, and I'm thinking that is game. Very close on both ends. Honestly, crazy stuff. I'm sure interview is maybe happening. maybe? We're doing an interview? Okay, I think we're gonna have an interview here. If not, it's because everyone's EP and tired from playing these very close games.
Sometimes it takes two.
Honestly, a great play by Fox. Crazy work. Oh, no, you're good. That was crazy work on Fox's end. Yeah, so close games. We were able to take Flash from them, which was good on our part. All I can say is it looked really close by what I saw from the two games, and I think that we did good with what we had, and it was good stuff. So I'll be back when we maybe have an interview. If not, have a good night. Let's get this show on the road. All right, we're back, and we indeed do have an interview. I don't know what my hair is doing. It's doing some goofy sticking up stuff. So we have the Fox. All I can think of is the one voice line from the TikToker that I keep watching with like the meme clips from Overwatch. I don't know why. It's just like Fox. I'm gonna have to show you that video now after this. Anyways, you got Kiri play the game.
It was fun.
It was really good. I was like, oh, Fox got play. Crazy work.
I'm not used to playing Kiri there because I'm typically just like dedicated Lucio.
Yeah, that was another thing I saw, at least when I had been watching the games, is that you were playing a flex support, not main support.
Yeah, for there specifically, I know Logan has a lot more time on Juno than I do. So
Yeah.
typically, Juno, if we have a Juno comp, Logan plays it, and then I fill in whenever we need, which is usually either a Kiri or occasionally I swap Brig there.
Yeah, and that wasn't the only thing I noticed with swapping roles. Not necessarily support, but Bastion and Smitty swapping
Yeah.
sides. And I wasn't expecting Smitty to be playing Genji, I guess.
Yeah, we've been trying to play Genji a bit more because he's been pretty good lately. I know Basilisk just does not play Genji. I know he's a great tracer, but he said he just doesn't play Genji, so I think that's why it was switched a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Other than that, it was super close.
Oh, it definitely was.
But like, especially those last two games, the one that you took on Flashpoint, and then that last one, which we were in the lead for a while, but again, this meta right now is just counter watch. It's just swapping, tank
Yeah.
swapping to swap against the other tank, and it just becomes a who can play which one better at that point. Which it was so almost even. It's like we don't even. It was a war of attrition, and after a while, I know it's like, okay, well, we have to back up, and oh no, we have to go back in. We have to stay grouped up. It's over and over. But you guys are a good team.
Yeah, it was definitely a really fun match at the end there. Their tracer definitely got a drop on us a couple times. I think that's why we died a couple times there. But I think it was overall just a really good match for both teams.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a question to ask, and I really cannot think of one. Other than this is the first time that you've been interviewed, right?
Yeah, since last year.
So, yeah. So this is your first main year on main roster. You got moved up to main roster from Academy. Being on Academy last year where you played DPS and then swapping to your more main role, which was actually support, filling in our support slot that we needed, which is crazy work, crazy work. I know you were just playing a lot over the summer with them, and that's kind of how it ended up happening. But I saw that coming, anyways. I think we all did. We were like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I think it's been very interesting to go to support from DPS because I know, especially with going main support, because I'm more used to playing flex support in my free time until like this summer. It's like, okay, we're playing Lucio. So I have put so many hours into Lucio these past like 3 or 4 weeks. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, that was all Zephyr's doing when he decided to graduate. But I'm glad the game wasn't awful. It was pretty good, actually. I was like, oh, we're doing the reverse sweep. No, we're doing the Shawnee tactic we started to, and then we were like, wait, it's counterwatch.
Yeah.
But other than that, is there anything that you want to add in the stream anywhere?
I don't think so.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that is a wrap on at least Overwatch's side of tonight. Did League of Legends finish early? Do you know? All right. So our League of Legends game is over. So I don't think we're swapping to League of Legends for stream. If we are, I maybe stick around. If the stream ends, well, then tonight is a wrap. But on that note,